Welcome back, everybody. Gonna be working a nice little night shift tonight. We're taking truck 31, and it's gonna be a bit of a trip to get there. We're gonna grab some rags real quick. Gonna grab the keys to the truck. We're gonna check the oil, transmission fluid, brake fluid. Gonna check the coolant, tire pressures, headlights, taillights, and beacon light. Make sure all of our stuff is working properly. The reason why we do this is to avoid failure whenever we're driving these trucks. We always check over everything to make sure that we're not going to have any overheating or people forgetting to put oil in the trucks or forgetting to put transmission fluid in the trucks. So you're not going to be driving down the road and your engine's going to blow up, your transmission's going to go out. It causes less problems for the company and makes these trucks a little more reliable. So what you're going to want to do to begin with, pop your hood. If you're like me and you're about 3.5 feet tall and you can't reach the oil dipstick, you can always step up on this piece here. It's solid steel and it won't affect anything if you step on it. You always want to make sure you check your oil first when the truck is not running, get a more accurate reading. Like truck 31 here is going to need more oil in it. After you check the oil, check your transmission fluid. Correction. This is not transmission fluid, this is coolant. Don't know why I said transmission fluid. I always check my brake fluid levels as well. Brake fluid is completely topped up. Coolant's topped up. We need to get oil in this thing. I'm gonna start it up, check the headlights, taillights, check the flashers, blinkers, and the beacon light. One thing I do love about these trucks is just how simple they are. So what I always do, put my hazards on, put my headlights on full blast, and flip the blinker on. Then we walk around the truck, check all the lights. On some of our trucks we have running lights. Make sure these are all working as well. DOT will pull you over if your running lights are not working. Make sure both your tail lights are working and your running lights in the back. These running lights are working and our beacon's working. Turn all these back off so you don't forget. And I usually let the truck run for at least 10 minutes most to get completely warmed up. Then I check transmission fluid. Transmission fluid's good in truck 31. So I'm gonna grab the oil, bring her over to the truck, grab a funnel, get her topped up in oil. I'm going to grab two 1540s just because one is a little emptier than the other one and she does need a good amount. I forgot that our funnels are inside the shop itself, so now I gotta walk all over to the shop to go put oil in this truck. After the oil in, since I'm gonna be making a nice trip from Sanford, Florida to Tampa, Florida, down I-4 at nighttime, I am going to clean the windshield of the truck and all my mirrors to make sure it's gonna be the least amount of glare possible. If you've ever wondered how to put oil into one of these trucks as well, just like any car or other vehicle, make sure I set that in the battery so it's a nice flat area. Open up that cap, grab your designated nozzle or funnel. We have a big one specifically for oil. Open up your jug and pour in. Now one thing to always remember when pouring oil is never pour the whole thing in or anything like that. Always check after a little bit. This truck was kind of low, so we're going to stop there. Check it on the dipstick, because if you overdo it, it can seize up the engine. So you always want to check it after every little bit of filling up. Oil is perfectly in the right spot. So put the dipstick back. Always make sure that your oil cap is nice and tight. Not too tight where it won't get back off, but tight enough where it's not going to pop off. Then once you're done, if you're doing this for a company, if you work for a company, you're doing this for the company, just use your common sense and put it back where it belongs. Makes it a little easier for everybody else. Just check the air in all my tires, including the inside dualies. I always check both. These ones are a little bit difficult to get into, but ours is right in there. They're always a little bit difficult to get into, but it helps in the end, because if something was to ever happen and your outside dually goes out, you don't want to be having a problem with both. These are all at proper air temperature. All my lights are working, my blinkers are all working, my beacon's working, fluid are topped up, everything else is working with this truck. And that is how you do a pre-trip inspection. Now we know we're gonna have a nice, safe trip to Tampa with no issues.